One thing I think about a lot with MongoDB, because I come from the world of relational before I started working at Tengen and thinking a lot about the advantages of MongoDB, is that there are a lot of great things about relational. And one of the great things about relational is that it's really good at keeping your data consistent within the database. And one of the ways it does that is with foreign key constraints. So what is a foreign key constraint? Well, a foreign key constraint is that let's say these were actually more like tables, but these are collections in the case that we showed. What guarantee is it that when you insert a document into the comments collection, that this post ID will actually appear in this posts collection? That's a foreign key constraint. And the answer in MongoDB is there's no guarantee. It's really up to you as the programmer to make sure that your data is consistent in that manner, and that when you store something in a collection, if you mean for this to be an index into the post collection, that you guarantee that, because the database won't guarantee that for you. And maybe in a future version of MongoDB we will guarantee it, but we don't offer a way to do that today. Same thing with this, right? And so how do you live in a world without these foreign key constraints, without constraints, and keep your data intact and consistent? And the answer is that embedding actually helps. And that's why this alternative design that I showed you isn't a particularly good one. So let's look at the particular case we just talked about, which is that we had this comments collection and it had a post ID that we could not guarantee was in the post collection. Okay, notice when we've embedded the data, we've solved this problem entirely. Because now, since the data appears directly inside the document, like the comment appear directly inside the document, there's no way for me to insert something where the comment's post ID isn't in the post collection. That information is already tied together. We've sort of pre-joined this data. Same thing with the tags. There's no way that we can accidentally store a tag into this tag collection where the post ID isn't in the post collection, because I've already pre-joined the data and it's in here. And so what I just wanted to point out is that you should pre-join the data. You should embed the data in ways that make sense for your application, for lots of different reasons. And one of them is it makes it a lot easier to keep the data intact and consistent. All right, so time for a quick quiz. And the quiz is, what does living without constraints refer to? And the answers are living every day like it's your last, saying whatever you want when you want to, keeping your data consistent even though MongoDB lacks foreign key constraints, or wearing no belt.